What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, in this video, I will be discussing episode 3 of the Netflix series Starting 5. And this particular episode was very, very interesting, going off of what happened at the end of episode 2. And this episode was called Survival of the Fittest. As we know, at the end of episode 2, it went into Anthony Edwards' injury at the end of the Oklahoma City Thunder game where he injured his hip. And that's where episode 3 basically started from. It was basically him discussing injuries and how he always want to be out there for his team if he's able to go out there and play and things like that. And he's speaking to his routine and him actually going through what he used to do when he was in the league and what it takes for him to play in the league for a long time, as he discussed in the actual episode. This particular episode didn't really key in on Anthony Edwards too much. I believe he was in the beginning of this episode, and you rarely seen him for the rest of this one. As we went further into this episode, Jimmy Butler was keyed in on about him and just how he takes care of his body and what he needs to do to get ready for games, get ready for the rigors of the season. It was actually a question that was asked to him before they went into detail about the Jimmy Butler and things like that. It was a question, I believe, an interviewer asked him and said, what's one of the dumbest questions he's ever been asked? And he just was having a hard time struggling answering that. And I think that's for anybody, because especially being in his profession, I'm sure he has been asked a bevy of questions that, probably waned in and leaned in the direction of being dumb, so to speak. But Jimmy Butler definitely was keying in on, just getting his body right, speaking on, him playing on not only one but two road ankles in particular. And that was what this episode was basically about. Even when they discussed about LeBron and LeBron going into his routine and things like that, and him going from being in the league for as long as he has and actually putting the amount of money that he's been putting into his body. And he said something to that effect. People always guesstimate on how much he actually puts into his body, and he laughs at the actual amount. He said he's not going to let people know how much he actually spends, because that's to nobody else's discretion. But he definitely attested to the fact that he takes care of his body, whether it's pre-game, before the game, and actually after the game, getting rest, things like that. Same thing goes into guys like Domantas Sabonis, who spoke on the Draymond Green incident. His wife even said, when it did happen, she was and how she felt and things like that. And Sabonis just said he feels like he really has no comment on the issue presently, but we know the type of player that he is, and he spoke to just wanting not to get hurt and always being at his best shape and things like that. His dad, Arvydas Sabonis, for those that not know, spoke to that as well. Just being always in your best shape. And I think that's what every player in this particular episode has something in common. They all said the same things, making sure their body is right, making sure they're keeping themselves in the best of shape to be able to perform at a very high level, which is NBA basketball. We all know it's a very high level basketball at stake. We're talking about night in and night out. But one thing this episode did key in on was the in-season tournament and just how intense it was. I mean, it was a way that players themselves spoke to, what the NBA was trying to do at the early stage of the season, that Octoberish, Novemberish, when fans are not excited about the NBA because everything else is going on in the sports world. The NBA, with the in-season tournament, which is now the Emirates Cup, wanted to give people something to look forward to, as well as players, fans and players alike, something to look forward to. And we've seen that in this particular episode with the Los Angeles Lakers ultimately winning the first NBA Cup, which was previously named the in-season tournament. So for me, watching this episode, I was interested to know how players actually felt about it and how things went for them. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Did you guys enjoy this episode of Starting Five? Let me know what you think in the comments down below as we go through the entire series together, or as I watch each episode and dive in. I don't want to give away everything that is in the show. Please watch it if you have an opportunity. We are on now episode 3 of the series. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to know anytime a video is being uploaded to this channel. It's Astronaut H. This is the What More Do You Want Network, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.